So um today um I plan to start my stream on learning Ansible. But before I start, I already know, you know, what Ansible is. I use Ansible in my personal project to, oh sorry, mm, to provision, like to back up some of my data and my Docker volume. But I will not claim that I am a Ansible expert. And one of my goals this year is to learn Ansible a lot more, just explore Ansible and make use of it to improve my home lab. So what I'm going to be doing is basically, let me bring this up. Okay, let's expand this. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going through this Ansible lab provided by Head Tennis. I don't know if I pronounced the name very well, but this is a very nice, uh, should I say, course on the internet, and it is also free. I've been seeing quite a few people make use of, this KillerCoda platform to learn certain technologies. They have a bunch of technologies like Kubernetes, Argo CD, Ansible, and other stuff. But what I plan to focus on currently is Ansible, and then from there I can move on to like, uh, you know, every other tools that I want. I'm basically going to be starting from scratch. I'm not an expert. I'm not here to like tell you what to do and what not to do. I'm just here to learn and hopefully learn with you guys if you also want to, learn. I'm going to make mistakes. I don't know everything. I'm I'm fresh here, so let's learn together, I guess. Um, so yeah. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I think the platform itself provide like a um the platform itself provide what's the word, environment that we could work in. So I don't think I would need to use my terminal. So I'm going to sorry, is my streaming dead? No. Okay, so I'm going to be working within a browser, right? So let's start. I would love to, just play music, but I don't want to get like I don't want to get, copyright strike from the music. So I have to find the time to, find the right music that is not, copyrighted that I could play when when I stream and learn stuff. So, Ansible intro. Welcome to Prolog Ansible. Your team has decided that they need a tool they could use to control and operate the many servers you have in your environment. You have been tasked with evaluating Ansible, install Ansible and put the version output in the file code / restart versions. Um, so I assume this is Ubuntu, and we would need to first of all install Ansible using Ubuntu, and then check Ansible versions, and then uh, pipe the version to slash root slash version. Um, so Ansible is installed. Um, we're gonna use this a lot for our learning. Okay, so Ansible is installed. Sorry, it's currently installing. Yeah. What I think I should have done is first of all check if Ansible is present on the server itself. But I just assume it's not. But if it was a test, if it was a test, I would have failed. I mean, the first thing we'd have to do is just like confirm if Ansible is installed, and then if it is, we just check the version and then pipe the output of the version to the required part. But looking at the fact that this is loading up pretty slowly, means that Ansible is not installed, because if it is, it would be pretty quick as it would fetch most of the packages, sorry, most of the dependencies that it needs from the cache. Alright, so now we have Ansible installed. We could check for Ansible version using Ansible version, and you can see we get the Ansible the output Ansible core 2.16 config file. There is no config file. This is the user part, and we have Python, we have Jinja, and we have lib.yaml package available. So what it wants us to do now is to install Ansible, which we have. It wants us to put the version output in the file called root/version. So this is the version output, but in this case, it wants us to put it in this. So we're just gonna do the same thing again, Ansible version, and we'll pipe it to /root/version. And we've done that. So what we could do is we could just go to /root if it allows us to, and we could go to we could just cart the version, and there we go. We already piped the output in there, so we have our Ansible installed, and let's do a check. And validation successful. We have passed the test. So the next one is check module and syntax. So check Ansible doc and see how many modules you have. Then read documentation of module setup and copy. Save the number of modules you have into the file /root/modules. Okay. So we need to be able to check Ansible doc. Do we have Ansible doc? Yeah, we have Ansible doc. See how many modules you have. So if we want to see the modules, we could say Ansible doc help. We could just do /help, and he doesn't say anything about modules. Oh, there's modules. So if we do Ansible doc m, good. Now we're just gonna list it. So Ansible doc m/list. Uh, is it like list all or list modules? Uh, I've never used Ansible doc before, so Ansible doc list 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 files. Oh, looks like we did it. Okay. See how many modules you have, then read the documentation of module setup. Documentation of module setup and copy. I don't know what it means by that, but uh, I think I already done that, the documentation of module setup. That's probably what we did when we tried Ansible Doc M. So I'm gonna try and okay um, before I before I do that, let me see if I could just save the number of module you have in to the file. That means I need to count something. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, something like this. So it was a bit unclear to me at first. So we check all modules and store them to file root. If you do Ansible doc dash L, which is I assume is list, help dash L is list. Yes, Ansible dot L dash list. That would give us, yeah, basically everything that we got earlier on. So I guess I did that right. But then I was supposed to pipe the results to slash slash modules. But what confused me about this was I thought we were supposed to in some way count the number of modules that we have, like all these modules, and then send the number to this. But that is not what it wants us to do. It wants us to just like pipe the results to modules itself. So we could just do Ansible doc and we could do L, and then we could pipe the results to the result of that to root slash modus, and what did I do? Root slash modus does not exist. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. And we can see that we have modules. Modules. Nice, we have modules. Oh yeah, that's what it did. I guess WC, if we do WC, I don't know what WC is for, but I think WC was the one that actually sent the number of all the modules that we have. That counts the number of all the modules that we have. So we have 8,354 Ansible modules. Interesting. Now it says read the documentation setup module for setup. So if we do Ansible doc slash s, what does slash s stands for? Snippets. Okay. Ansible doc give us the snippets for setup. Interesting. And we could see the snippets for setup, use for looker Ansible facts. If supplied, only return fact that matches one of the shell type. Okay, and then read the documentation on copy module. So we already read the one for setup. Now if you want to read the one for copy, you could just give us the snippet for copy. Copy a file to remote location. So if we want to copy file to remote location, we need the attributes, we need backups, checksum, the content of the file we want to copy. Either we want to decrypt something, the destination for the destination for the copied content, the directory mode, either is root permission, user permission, all that kind of stuff. If you want to force copy and a lot of other stuff. Interesting. So we have done Dart and so we're done with that scenarios. We go back to our scenarios. Ansible intro. The team have decided they need a tool that they could use to control and operate the many services you have in your environment. You've been tasked with evaluating Ansible. You know that inventory is one of the most important part of the system administration, so you want to get it right. Set up and complete the different inventory challenge in this lab. Create an Ansible file called /root/host with the host in your network. So in this case, it wants us to create an Ansible file called /root/host. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go over to /root and we're going to create a file called host. And inside of host, it wants us to put in, put in this. Save, and let's see if we do it right. Alright, so since it's an inventory file, it has to be a init file, so I didn't do this very well. So it's meant to be this, and then so we have two servers. We have the control pane server, and then we have the node 1 server, which I think would probably be the worker node, management node and worker node. And we quit, and I'm assuming it would be a init file, so we could just do host. Let's check. Okay, the reason why it failed is because I guess it is not init. Probably just host. Alright, nice, we've done that one also successfully. Now the next thing is we have to check functionality and connectivity. Verify connectivity to all hosts with ping module and save the output to root/ping check. Okay. I'll verify connectivity to all those with the ping module. Ansible, let's do Ansible doc, and let's do slash snippet for ping. Try to connect to OS, verify a usable Python and return pong and success. Okay, so we could just say ping. Uh, let's just ping one of the hosts, which would be node control pane, I guess. Ah, no, it shouldn't be that one. I forgot how to do that. Let's see. Okay, it's supposed to be Ansible. I forgot ping is just for like an actual command. Ping all hosts using the module ping. Um, oh, let's see. Let's just pipe in the output to um I forgot. I forgot. I guess we have to specify the inventory file. Mm, good. That works fine. And then we could just pipe that over to uh, good. Alright, good. We've done that. Let's check the solution. Ansible servers. Wow. Check. Yay. Your team is going to be adding a new server to the environment that haven't been built yet. Update your inventory file at /root/host to reflect the new environment. I assume that we have different type of environments. So, for example, we have like dev, QA, prod, staged. Should I say environment or environments? I guess this is what they want us to do. Okay. Okay, let's see. I think we might need to make nodes. I have some Ansible nodes that I've taken, but I'm thinking of actually just why do I keep using capital letter? Alright, nice, we don't need this anymore. Alright, so now we just do Ansible. Or we haven't added new environment. Let's just say we want to add our own environment like production. This should do actually. Very character font. I mean, it looks pretty good. Don't know what it means. Hmm. Okay, nice. Actually, nice. I understand what he's trying to say. So the servers could be. This could be like servers, and this could be um, environment. Still a bit of issues. Probably a naming issue. Yeah. Environment is a N. Nice. Yay. Hmm. Interesting. want to do it again this time around. Um, nice, passed. We have to specify the inventory file. Now we have to use the module called ping, and we ping. Oh, what did I do wrong? I didn't specify the. I didn't specify the host, I guess. Is it a host or the. It should be. Let's try again. Um, let's just say servers, because we have servers. Oh yeah, it worked. Control control pin. Ah, I think I did something wrong. Yeah, it's plain, not pain. My bad. My bad, my bad, my bad. Control plane. Nice. That should work perfectly fine now. I think we could also use the command all. This will ping all. And if we want to do it, we could. Well, let's start about that. And it wants us to save the output. We could save the output to /root /ping check. Nice. If we cut ping check, we have it. Yay. It wants us to add the new environment to this. So let's say for example we have different kind of environment. We have environment for environment, we have production environment. I'm just experimenting with something. You could call it prod 01 and prod 02. Let's say we have another environment. Uh, we could say, I forgot what that was. we could say production pre-on pre-o2. We could say staged, and then we could call that stage O1, stage O2. Then we could say, what's the one to tie everything together? Environment. Children. Children for the environments would be production and staged. I think I did it right, hopefully. I hope. And now we could check using Ansible inventory and is it Ansible inventory dash I, and we could then pass in the root slash hosts. No, I don't think I'm doing it right. Inventory list. I forgot what I used. Oh, I'm actually I'm doing it right. Inventory root slash host. Come on. And then we could just do a list. And then if we want to list everything or YAML. I don't think I got the command right, but I hope I got it right. Yeah, missing something. I guess it's dash dash. Yay! I did it. Oh, we can see we have the environment, we have the servers, and we have the ungrouped. The environment takes in the children production stage, which is this two, and the server is just not a children. It wants us to check. Yay, successful. Nice. So what are we gonna do next? Oh. Bloom, 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 bloom. What we're gonna do next is the next one. Add awk to gather data. The team has decided that they need a tool that they can use to control and operate many servers in your. There is a tool I found out that could be very useful for me actually. It is devdoc. Devdoc. Let's try and get Ansible. Nice. I'm gonna need each and every one of this. Good. The team has decided they need a tool that they can use to control and operate the many servers you have in your environment. You've been tasked with evaluating Ansible. You know that individual modules can be called in ad hoc mode, so you decide to try running some command against your test inventory of servers. Verify your host file and test ad hoc commands to your server. Verify server uptime, verify OS type of server, verify date and time of server. create a, okay, how do we do this? Let's see. What's the third one? Date and time. Uh, Actually, I just want like, um, yeah. And then if you want to verify the Actually, this should be a date for we want the date, and it should be um, actually servers. There should be a time. Mm, for the OS and kernel type, we could use the command uname. Nice. But it wants us to send a distribution of each server to the okay, so we would try to run the distribution command again, which if I can remember was this one. Okay, we're going to send the result to um nice, and we're going to do the same for the date. We're going to send the result for the date to validation field. What it is we didn't do. Well, we want me to use like the setup command instead. Setup module gives so much information you could use during playback execution. Interesting. So now we're going to use the setup command for this. Okay, we could do a do we need to pass in shell inside of it? It would use shell by default, I think. Yeah, it would use the shell by default actually, so I don't think we need to pass in the shell. This was the initial one I was using to check this about uptime, but the setup module provides um, a lot more. If you do shell, The team has decided that they need a tool they could use to control and operate the many server environment. You've been tasked with evaluating Ansible. You decide to practice more of the other command and deploy a configuration file that you need in the environment. You find that there is a value that needs to change on different servers, so you figure out how to do that task. We have variable 1, which is just a bunch of zeros. We have variable 2, which is true, and variable 3, which is false. Okay, we've verified. Okay, want us to push the config file. Just copy um, what did I do? I did a touch. My bad. Nice. And now we're just gonna yeah, we did it. We are done with Ansible intros, Now we're moving on to Ansible Playbook. But in Ansible Retros, what we did was first of all we install Ansible and verify the functionality. We first of all install the Ansible package, and after installation we check the version for Ansible, and then we pipe the results to a file in the root directory. And the second one is Ansible intro. What we did in the second one was we set up Ansible host file containing the name of the servers and two different type of servers that we have, like the control plane and the node 0. And then we test the functionality by pinging each of the servers using the Ansible command, which returns the result, and then we pipe the result over to a file called ping check. And uh, in the third section, we run some ad hoc commands. So these ad hoc commands are basically commands that we use to check the uptime of each servers. We used to check the what's the other one we checked? The date, the distributions, and um, and the OS type of each servers. We made use of the shell modules and the setup modules. And in order to view the shell modules can be used to execute a command, and the setup modules can be used to view certain information at the playbook execution runtime. And then we pipe the results to slash versions and slash, what's the other one, slash date. And then in third section, we use this same add command. We copy file from the um, we copy file the from the slash conf slash host directory. We copy the config file into a new file that we create, which is the slash opt slash deployment folders, and then we change the value of the environment in the config file from triple zero to 111 0. That's a 1111, and that was what we did initially. But I think I did this the Linux way. I didn't make use of the actual Ansible command for creating directory. I didn't make use of this. So I'm just gonna add this to my note for now, and that this could be done if we don't want to do it the other way. Um, so we file we copy the file from the uh, source folder to a destination folder using the Ansible copy command. So we made use of the following command. Um, nice. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to yeah, configuration file. This is actually cool. If we go to I have removed it. Interesting. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to create a directory because it wants us to create a directory. Ansible servers equals to I/root/host, and we're going to specify we're going to use a file module. We're going to specify an argument. In this case is the part of the file we want to create. Sorry, the directory we want to create, which is directory deployment, and the state of the directory is called to directory. We could just say file if you want it, but don't know why you want to do it this way anyways. Nice. This creates a directory for us. As you can see, it tells us that it has created the directories that we want it to create. Which file? Set directory. Interesting. And then now we want to copy file. So we're just gonna do Ansible. We're gonna specify the host. And we're going to use the module copy, I guess. We're going to specify an argument, and the argument will take in a source, which is going to be the source in which we want to copy the file from. And we're just gonna copy the file, and we are going to also specify the argument destination, which is the destination that we want to copy the file to. Are we also going to specify a state? No, we're not going to specify a state. And I think I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? I didn't do something right. We need to first specify servers. Oh yeah, that's what I did wrong. Yeah, my bad. Config file, it is .cfg, and you can see that it already downloaded. And then one command that I think it would be cool is the Ansible server. We would use this to change the content of a file. So line file, and we specify the path to the file that we want to make changes to, which in this case is our deployment what's the config file .cfg, and then I guess we have to specify the changes we want to make. I assume it's called changes. It's not called changes. Okay, my bad. It is called wedge expression, and the widget expression would look for anything that as the word var1, and then line that we want to change contains the the var1, or just change the entire line to var 1 2 3 4 5 6, and just do that, and just do that, and it's been changed. Now if we cut op/deployment /config file.cfg, we can see that it's already been changed, and we could just like verify. Well, I already done that. I already used the actual cut command. We even have to yeah, Ansible shell. What I'm going to do is Ansible doc. I forgot how I used Ansible doc. Did I have the command? I don't have Ansible doc command. Should have the command at the top, do I? Oh, it's supposed to be a module. Tomorrow we're gonna continue with the Ansible playbook command, and the next day, the next day, the next day, and the next day. So thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next stream.